everyone. Welcome back to WrestleTrivia, episode number 3. This is Eric for Game Mode Retro.
And Bill with Retro Comparisons.
And it's my turn to be in the hot seat, so Bill is going to be quizzing me on some questions from the Attitude Era. And we'll see how I can fare. Are we doing 10 questions, Bill?
Yeah, 10 questions. I found this list on here. I think it's moderate. Some are harder than others, and it's multiple choice. So if you want to, spit out the answer, do that. If not, I can read them out to you for the options.
All right. I'm going to preface by saying that I think I'll do okay, but I'm not going to do as good as you. But I'll do my best.
I think you're going to do good. Don't you worry.
All right. Let's see how it goes. Take it away.
Ready?
There. Yep.
All right. Number 1. Which of the following were not members, or were not a member of the Nation of Domination? The Rock, D'Lo, Mark Henry, Mark Merrow.
Mark Merrow.
You are correct, sir.
Woo. Did you know that on?
So we actually had a question similar to this.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think Ahmed Johnson was part of the. At one point, he was part of Nation of Domination for very little time, right?
He was a member for like a week, and then he got injured. I think later that night on Raw.
Yep. That's
then was out, and then when he came back, he got kicked out.
Yeah, didn't he join DOA at one point too?
He might have been aligned with him, but I don't think he was ever a member.
I think feuding with the Nation. I think
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, so this one is kind of a piggyback of a question you asked me either the first or second week, where Stone Cold had beat Hardcore, or I should say Bob Holly, or Sparky Plug, whatever he's going by, in 96 for the first round of the 96 King of the Ring. So at the actual pay-per-view, who are the two people that Austin defeated to become the King of the Ring? And I should have said, spoiler, Austin won the King of the Ring 25 years ago.
I know he beat Jake the Snake.
Mm-hmm.
That was the opponent before he got to the finals, right? Or no, that was the final opponent, I think, right?
Yeah, that was the final.
Oh man.
Okay, so here's the options. So it gives two people for each. So Goldust and Jake the Snake, Goldust and Mark Merrow, Vader and Jake the Snake, Mark Merrow and Jake the Snake.
All right, so read it to me one more time.
Goldust and Jake the Snake, Goldust and Mark Merrow, Vader and Jake the Snake, Mark Merrow and Jake the Snake.
All right, so it's either Goldust or Mark Merrow.
Which one are you going with?
Oh man, I think it was Goldust.
I'm sorry, sir. It was Mark Merrow.
Oh man.
He had Mark Merrow had busted Austin's lip, and he had to go to the hospital to get stitched up. And then,
man, that's
but
right.
you got half of that right, so that's like half a point right there.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Keep it going.
Okay, number 3. In which year did Hell in a Cell first take place?
I want to say it was like the actual pay-per-view or like on like Bad Blood. Does that count?
Yeah, on Bad Blood.
So 97?
You got it.
Woo!
Who is that between? Bonus points.
It was HBK and Undertaker.
Very good. Okay, what is Kane's real name?
In real life?
Yep, in real life.
Glenn Jacobs.
His real name is Kane.
I hate you. He's the mayor of Knox County.
Kane Bearer, I believe is his name. Okay, number 5. Who did Kane and Mankind defeat on the July 13th, 1998 edition of Raw to win the Tag Team Championships? And would you like the multiple choice in this?
I think I would. I think I know who it is, but I like multiple choice, yes.
Okay. Well, do you want to say who you might think it is, and then I can give you multiple choice after?
I think it's the New Age Outlaws, but I'm not 100%.
You got it.
Woo!
That's correct.
I am good, man.
Okay. You are. See, you're doing better than you thought. I think you're going to get this one. Number 6. Who did Chris Jericho interrupt in his debut on August 9th, 1999 edition of Raw?
It doesn't matter who I think it was. It was The Rock.
Very good,
Can I tell a story about that real quick?
You can.
So, crazy, I'm going to date myself here, but so I was on vacation in Cape Cod. I was at a hotel, and my mom and my aunt and my grandmother went out, and I stayed at the hotel. I was in a nice big cottage, ordered pizza. The cable went out. I was so, at that time, I was so into the Attitude Era and wrestling, and the cable where I went out. But I called around, and my aunt stayed at this place for years and years and years. So she I could name drop her, and they would give me anything I wanted. So I called the front desk, and they actually had cable in the pool house of the pool. So I went in the back of the pool house where the workout room was, and I watched the entire episode from behind there.
That is awesome.
Is that great?
Oh man,
that was
that's a great
Jericho's
story.
debut, man. I couldn't miss that. I just remember freaking out for that.
Oh, that is so cool.
That was awesome. All right,
Wish we could go back to August of '99,
dude. Seriously.
All right. Well, how about number 7 here? That is, how many times did Ken Shamrock win the Intercontinental title?
Oof.
I'll give you 4 choices.
Yeah, give me the choices.
Never, once, twice, or 3 times.
I think it was twice.
Once.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
right.
that's a hard one.
That was
I would have
tough.
guessed twice, actually, if I had to guess in that.
Yeah, I was thinking twice.
Okay, well, this one... Okay, I dispute this question right here. And I'll tell you why afterwards.
Okay.
Which singles title has Mideon won? And I'll give you the options here. European, Hardcore, Intercontinental, World Heavyweight.
So European sticks out to me.
Is that what you're going with?
That's what I'm going with.
You are correct, sir.
But why do you disagree?
Okay, several reasons. So he was at one point a tag team champion when he was in the Godwins.
Oh.
And it's not like he was a different character, because it was shown that he was part of the Godwins and then part of Southern Justice as the same guy, the same human being acknowledged on TV, and then he was kidnapped by the acolytes and converted into
But
Mideon.
if I go into my encyclopedia, which I have right here, I have the WWE encyclopedia. It lists, for example, Kane is separate from Dr. Isaac Yankem.
Well, those are 2 different people in WWE lore.
Right.
This is actually the same human being in their own lore. They've always acknowledged the one to the next. Oh, Phineas E. Godwin is now Dennis Knight.
Well, all I know
Dennis
is I
Knight
got
got
it right.
abducted and renamed Mideon. No, you were correct. But I also dispute this for another reason, because I believe I could be wrong in this, but I believe he found the belt in the bag and was just handed the title, so didn't actually win.
I think you're right on that. That's why I think I remember that it was the European title, because it was such a joke at that point.
Yeah, it was kind of always a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, Shawn Michaels always be my coveted European title.
Right.
It's always getting buried.
I love it.
All right, we got 2 left here.
All right.
Who was the first ever hardcore champion?
Mick Foley.
You are correct.
So I think if my calculations are correct, I've gotten 2 wrong out of the 9 so far, right?
That's correct. You could get 80% here if you get this last one.
All right, give
Or
it
is
to
that
me.
no 80%? We're doing Okay. Which of these wrestlers were from the Union, a group briefly feuded against the corporate ministry? So was it Edge, Kane, Bossman, or Mankind?
I feel like the Union had Big Show in it, right?
Yeah, he was in there.
Was Angle in the Union?
That was before Angle was
Okay.
part of the
I want
company.
to give me the options again.
Edge, Kane, Big Boss Man, Mankind.
I'm between Edge and Mankind. It wouldn't have been Kane, and it wouldn't have been Boss Man. Can you give me a small hint?
I'm trying to give you a hint here that's not going to give anything away. I will tell you that it's one of the 2 that you're deciding between.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Edge.
It was actually Mankind.
Damn it!
Sorry to say. Edge was still part of the Brood at that point.
Okay.
He had left the ministry prior to the
And wasn't
merger.
the Union barely on TV?
Yeah. Well, it's hilarious because Vince McMahon was in charge of the Union, and you know how anti-union
Right.
Vince McMahon is in real life.
That's awesome.
It's pretty hilarious.
That's really good.
But yeah, they were only around for a few weeks, I think.
All right, so 7 out of 10 ain't bad.
That's very good, man.
I'll take it.
Some of these
I'll
are really
take it.
tough.
Yeah, those were pretty tough, but awesome. Well, thank you, Bill, for putting me in the hot seat. And I think For episode number 4, why don't we switch over? We'll go over to like the, I don't know, maybe like the early 90s.
Oh, I love early 90s WWF.
That should be good. But thank you for joining us on this episode number 3 of WrestleTrivia, and great job, Bill. Well,
good job to you there, Eric.
Thank you, sir, and we'll catch you guys next time.